Language should be as natural as breathing, but in Scotland it's a bit more complicated than that. I consider myself to be bilingual. The local school taught me good English, but denied any status whatsoever to the language we spoke most of the time, Scots.
Not what you say, but how you say it pigeonholes you in Scotland. I mean, all Edinburgh lawyers talk proper, don't they?
Shoo! How's it going, China? Jazzer, you beautiful.
Before it was adapted for television, the Mither tongue began life on the page.
And of course, the new collection's out next week. Oh, I couldn't agree more, Jazzer. And that Versace will no clash with her Nina Ricci perfume, you know? And she needs that Nina Ricci because of the weight of his message bag she hums. See you, Shoo. See you, Jazzer.
When I read it, it was one of those things that opened my mind, that the light went on in my head, because suddenly we had a connection into Scotland and 700 years of literary tradition.
A wheen of folk have come up to me over the years to shake my hand and thank me for letting that licht low in their hearts and in their minds, because they'd never kent that aspect of their own history and the difference it made to them. And what I was expressing was the difference it made to me. One of the things that studying Scottish literature gave me was an awareness that it wasn't just a folk poetry. Much as I love Ramsay and Burns and the 18th century Scots tradition, you've got the court poetry. Somebody like Dunbar writing a letter to James IV, persuading him to leave the provincial gloom of Stirling and come back to the sensual delects of Edinburgh, to drink good food and wine. We that are here in heaven's glory, to you that are in purgatory, commends us in our earthly wise. I mean, we folk in paradise, in Edinburgh with all merriness, to you of Stirling in distress. That's your heritage. That's my heritage. That's the court poetry of James IV.
From your side of the water, Billy, what do you see as the relationship and the connection between Scots and Ulster-Scots? Like, does what we have matter and mean something to you here?
It does. It's the only dialect of Scots that exists with Scotland for a start. And because of that, it preserves words sometimes that have disappeared in Scotland. Words like ferment, opposite, or a gowpenfa, a double honfa. I get that in Robert Ferguson, Gowden Gowpens for a Grassam gift. So whilst 18th century Scots that's due in Scotland can survive in the Ulster dialects. So that's what you hain to this day, and I'm proud that it's there, and I'm fascinated that it's there.
And your television career, your broadcasting career has highlighted so many of those links over the years.
But the main highlight is that going round the country and having all your desire for the language to be fulfilled and hearing it coming out thrang with words out the mouths of the local folk. And that's what happened with me in Ulster too.
And there seems to me to be a real new, young resurgence of Scots in Scotland.
There is, and social media, because it's mere device written down rather than a formal register, people tend to use more Scots in that register. So Scots has probably been written more now than it ever was, even in its Gowden age, because that few things were written down then. But now, everybody's on social media. So basically, Scots is central to what we are as a people. And when Scots is tint, a major part of Scottish identity is tint. And we've given you that same identity, and dinna tint it, dinna lose it, keep hoddy it, dinna tine it ever. Dat tenter its tint is the Scots for use it or lose it. And that's what I would beg Scots speakers on both sides of the North Channel today, make sure that you use it, because their words are special, this lead's special, and make sure that Wayne's and future generations hear it as well.